Okay, so all these aspects can be used to describe games. And when we go to the dictionary meaning of the word leisure, it's basically using free time for enjoyment. And when we do games, don't we enjoy? And most of us do games during our free times. And when we go back to the word of recreational, it means an activity done for enjoyment when one is not working. But now we want to bring in another different aspect. Yes, developmental can be used to describe games, as developmental is something that you use to gain an extra skill. It's something that you use to gain knowledge. It's something that enhances your ability to do one thing. So when it comes to employee engagement and bringing the aspect of games, these three words come into play. Yes, number one, you're developing a skill and an ability during your free time, and at the same time, you're enjoying yourself. For those people who are enthusiasts of learning and development, there's something we call experiential learning. This is whereby you learn through experience, you learn through fun things. So in this case, yes, it is true, it is not a myth, it is not, yes, we can demystify that we can have developmental activities through games, that games are not necessarily a waste of time, that games are not necessarily something that can't be done at work. Yes, you can still work and have fun and play games at the same time. So what value can gamification bring to an organization? Number one, research has it that through games, and this was done in December by Forbes, that if at all you use gamification as a strategy for employee engagement, you will tend to increase your engagement levels by 36%. And Nelson, I know you are, what do you call this? You are a HR analytics person. You can affirm that 36% is not a small achievement, especially when it comes to employee engagement. Number two, through games, and these are fun games, can create collaboration between the team. Remember, some games you play in teams, some games you play against team members and all that. So through games, you find that there's some sort of team cohesiveness that is being done. You get to learn about one another. You get to appreciate one another. You get to like enjoy common interests. So that's collaboration and team building happens through games. Then some of these games, they like spark out our innovative and creative minds. They help us view things from a different perspective. Like I know there's a game that Nelson is going to share with us as I finish my presentation. Something like, let's say, chess. How many of us have ever been engaged in chess? Chess helps you to strategize your moves. It helps you to like think. It provokes you to think over and beyond what your opponent thinks. So your creative and innovative mind is actually brought alive. Then number two, the other aspect is turnover is reduced. If at all you use games as a strategy to like enhance employee engagement, we are very aware that the Generation Zs, the Generation Ys, and even the millennials form like the larger part of the workforce. And one of the common characteristics that this generation, the people who belong to this generation aspect have, is that they like things, they don't like boredom. Majority of them don't like repetitive things. Majority of them don't like just going and being enclosed somewhere. They want something to spark their interest. They want something to just divert their attention. And games can actually help you do this. And when you embrace such a strategy and you do it well, you'll find that you will attract more of these energetic and who have like the creativity driven aspect of their workforce, and you'll have very minimal of the people who are leaving your organization. Then the other aspect, it enhances positive energy, because you have a place to go and like download all your frustrations. You have a place to go like download all your stresses and all that. So you bring in the aspect of positive energy. So an organization tends to gain much more from such a strategy for employee engagement. Then what about the individual? What does the employee tend to gain from games? Number one, research has it that when you're put in an environment whereby you're doing things without due pressure, you're able to express yourself better. You're able to communicate better. People are able to see another side of you aside from just this professional aspect that they're able to do. Then number two, employees tend to gain gratification. There's some achievement that comes out when you engage in games and you interact with your fellow colleagues, whether physically or virtually. There's some achievement you get as a person, so you tend to be gratified. And the other thing, the employees will find your work environment fun. It's not all about numbers, it's not all about targets, it's not all about strategy, but at least the employee has a perspective that, yes, my humane side is being valued and I am being able to express my younger self. And this reminds me about the old long proverb that says all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So once you create a fun environment, the employee is able just to become lively and be able just to be more productive than just the traditional aspect of it's all about work, it's all about targets, it's all about numbers, it's all about what are you bringing to the table. Then why tech? Why should you embrace tech as a strategy to just bring about games in your organization? Number one, tech gives you the flexibility. You've just seen we have engaged in a game. All of us, personally, I am here, you're all in your homes, some of you in your offices and all that, but we were able to come together and partake to a game. So tech helps us to connect with each other through games from anywhere in the world. Then number two, it can be adaptable. The game we have just experienced with Nelson has customized it to our setting. You have seen some of the questions that he has asked are relevant only to us as opposed to someone else. Like the question about who are the first presenters in the HRTechTalk. So he was able to customize the questions in the game to our own setting and understanding. Then the other aspect is storage. With tech, you can be able to store a large amount of information, a large amount of just games and the different versions and the different aspects. So tech gives you the advantage of even just keeping memory of the games that you have, so that the next time you come in to engage in the game again, you don't have to start from scratch. You can actually continue from where you left. Then the other aspect is cost effectiveness. So as opposed to the myth that tech can be expensive, actually you've seen we've been able to play a game and it was free. Nelson did not have to pay a dime to access that game. You can also be able to customize your own games through just free templates over the internet and all that. So there's the aspect of tech. But now as HR practitioners, we have to be cautious. Yes, there are all these advantages about games, but at the end of the day, we have to be cautious. There are some negative aspects attached to it. Number one, the games that you encourage your teams to play must be purposeful. They must have a goal and they must have an objective. For example, the game that we just engaged in, it is to spark our critical thinking. It is to spark our problem-solving skills. So these games that we allow our teams to play and we just facilitate in our workplaces, let them be developmental. Let them be something like to enhance a skill in our people. Then number two, we must be accommodative to everyone. Not everyone subscribes to not everyone values games. Not everyone is comfortable to play games even with their own colleagues. So we must learn to be able to observe that and respect those people. Let's not make it mandatory, like we put a policy and say every Friday let's meet in the game room, every Friday let's meet on this virtual platform for us to play. When someone is not comfortable, let us just let them be. Then the other aspect we must be cautious about is to understand that games can bring negative implications. They can be addictive. They can bring unnecessary competition. They can bring cliques that can end up being toxic in the workplaces. So we need to be very cautious about these aspects and think ahead and put strategies in place to prevent this from happening. Then the other aspect, we need to give disclaimers to our employees. We need to tell them that, yes, you can be addicted to the gadgets that we have put in place. You can be addicted to these games. Games can, if you're not careful, you can waste time on games. So it is our duty as HR practitioners to ensure that all these disclaimers and we give empowerment to our employees so that the games can be more productive rather than destructive. So I think, Nelson, I am okay up until that point. I'll give you a chance to take us through the other exercise before I proceed.
Okay, thank you, Anne. Thank you, Anne. And I really appreciate that aspect that you brought up. And I'll pick it from towards the end of your presentation. And actually, some of these games, I don't know. I used to work somewhere where we used to go and buy these items from Sarit Center. And each time they used to get lost. And you start now asking who moved what from here to that place and all that kind of things. So the storage bit and terms of payment, some of the games that we are also using might request you to pay subscription fee because, again, they're developed by other people. So if you can develop yours in your own company, the better. But if you're going to depend on other games already being developed and are then the market, then again, you are also you are good to develop yours or pay the subscription fee. So now, I don't know. Anne talked about chess, and chess has been used in most cases, and even when people talk, people use the word checkmate, in most cases, right? And now there's a lower version of chess, which is called checkers. When I was growing up, we used to call it draft. Yeah, draft. I want to believe so. So now there's also one, if you wanted to engage your team, or you have a team that engages in chess, yeah, or checkers, then there is a website that you can actually go, create your account or you can even join as a guest and even enjoy people playing. So this is now, let's say that our team, in this company of 53 employees, maybe we're saying that from 4 p.m. is always our time to play games. So whether I'm at home in Kisumu or in Siaya or in Nairobi, anywhere, I can just join in, get the link, join the club, and then you can play. So this is how this platform works. So it is free checkers game, and that's so I'll share the link again for us. If you want to play, you can actually go there. So you'll find that within this platform there are rooms already created. So these rooms is where people are. So I can join in room 4 and play now. So let me go to room 4, and I'm assuming that you can see my screen. Let me just confirm before I move. You can see the other thing that has come up, checkers, welcome the management.
Yes, it is. No,
yeah, welcome.
We are still
welcome.
on the play now.
Okay, then let me reshare that we are able to see the whole screen. Now?
Yes.
Yes, now you can see the whole screen. Checkers, welcome the management. So I chose a room with 119 people. So I can say now I want to start a game. So I join into the games. I already registered. I already registered. So as normal, because I'm not paid up member, some of these things has to be there, the advertisements. Then now, once I'm in that, then I'm going to show you. So why would you want to play chess or checkers? Checkers help relieve stress. Yeah. So already you can see that there are people already in this room. They are already playing. Yeah. And I can choose a match between. So already someone has already given me a challenge actually before. Let me first decline first so that I can take us through, because I didn't come to get challenged here. So now I'm already in, and you can see that there are people already playing. So Catherine 78 is playing with a guest who was not mentioned the name. So if I click on that match, so if this was our team, so let's say that Bahati is matching with Joy here, yeah, with Sang or with Peter. So now I can come and watch. So there is a button here to watch, so I can watch them play. and support my team that I want to support. Yeah, I can see who is playing or who is who. Then I'll be able to know that now it is Bahati's turn to play or someone else's turn to play. And then I can be cheering them up. Yeah. But now, it is now, if I want to go back to the lobby, no, so I've gone back to the lobby. So now this is me here. So I want to challenge someone. So maybe our team, someone already challenged me again. People are very active here challenging each other. So I want to come here and now accept the challenge. Okay, it has gone again. So let me choose someone and challenge. So once I click on the name, I just check on the name that is active here. I choose a name that is active and say challenge. So see, I don't know whether it's called SISO, CISO. So if you accept, then we'll be moving to a game. Yeah. So now you can see that now these sites are there. So you can create your own account. Now, like me, Nelson, I can take now I can give the link. Then Bahati will create, Evelyn will create, Angelica will create, Ivan will create. Then now we can come and challenge each other. And then now we go into one room, then challenge each other. So this is one of those games. I can cancel that. It seems that they are not ready for the challenge. Then see. So once we send the challenge, they'll be seeing it, and now they'll be able to, we'll be able to play together. We are saying that all these things are available, and you can actually use them to engage your team, so that when now your teams sit down together somewhere, they can actually do something meaningful, collaborate, stay focused. Because one of the reasons why people play checkers or chess is to enable their mental capacity to be enlarged when it comes to focus and strategy issues, so that you get to build your line on that area. So nobody has accepted my challenge, so I'll be able to move forward. So this is one of the games that you can actually use, can take to your team members who enjoy playing, so that they can play from any other point that they want to play. And I'll also be able to give you more and more. So for those of us who are here, initially, we had played another game here on HR Tech. And again, the time can still allow us. We can still again play it. I don't know whether we loved it. So those who don't, but I think the numbers are still almost the same thing. So we had a game that we played here just to test our knowledge of, maybe there were a few mathematics there because I'm a maths person. And then a question about who was here before in terms of HRTechTalk. So this, whatever is happening, is that we have a game called Trivia Maker. Is a platform that allows you to make your trivia. So it's a question that you make, and there are various types. So when you log into the dashboard, let me now make my screens bigger so that you can actually see it. So when you log into your dashboard, then when log into trivia, so you also have to log in, make some payments, I believe so, but not that much because they are online, and online games are a bit cheaper than when you have to buy them. Yeah. So now, so my dashboard, so I just click on my dashboard. When you join in, you'll see, okay, so you'll want so many things, but mine's already done. Allow me to log in afresh. Don't know whether, Anne, we are having any questions so that we don't take much time on it again.
I'm just going through the chats. It's just Coach Richie asking if we have a tech Rubik cubes. I don't know if you've come across one, or you'll help us develop one for the world.
Yeah, we may try that. Okay, so now I'm in here. So we have got the Trivia Maker now. So when you log in, you'll see this. So you can set your games on the grid, meaning just align them in the grids from the hardest to the easiest. You can have a list when how they look like in terms of a trivia, A, B, C, D, what I just tested as on. There is a wheel part of it, then tic-tac, and then you can get many more. So now you want to come and set up your account, you can set up account for your company. Yeah, so the sign up for organization. Or you can now come and build. So what I'm using here, I'm using a demo account, and I created my own question here. So we can just see how to create one. So I can come and create games. When I click on create games, I can now choose which one do I want to create. So maybe I want to create a trivia or a list. Yeah. So let's choose any. So maybe just say the list. So for this, I will say a standard one. I will just use a standard one because I don't want to get more things. So let's give your game a name. So a name can say trial, the name, then give a description. You can describe what your game is all about. So trial training. We move to the next. Now that's platform where now you create your own questions. So now mine is here. Now I can edit this and add questions. So you can see it's telling me here to add a question, add a question. So now I can come here now, add questions. When I come, I can now try to add questions that I want to add. So once I add, I will just save it. So this is the basic that you can actually get, and I will want us to just go and try on our own, because these things, once you try them, you are able to build something for yourself. So there's one also called Kahoot. Don't know whether you've also understood, you ever used it. This one I've utilized all my demo, and you can use it for any, and it's better actually more than Trivia Maker. So you can get Kahoot and also try it out for yourself just to see how does it work. And it's also a paid up one, but the amounts are not this 2,400 per month, which means that you can get your team members to sit together and play at 2,400 per month only, and you set as many questions as you want to set. Then from there, they can actually be using it from time to time. So all these things, we have them, and they're actually helping companies. And my current company where I work in currently, we use this a lot every month, which is a very good thing. So if you can also be engaging into these games, you don't need now to struggle and wondering, people are in various locations. How will you bring them up together? This is how you bring them up. And if you didn't know that Zoom currently is giving us even a space where I can group people within this Zoom meeting now into subgroups to go and discuss something on their own, which again we'll be looking at as we move forward, where we are 37 participants now. So I can take you people to various groups. So again, you can actually work within groups within the Zoom meeting or within Teams meeting. So which are things that are used actually now to bring up people together virtually, but you live as if you're in a meeting, as if you are actually physically meeting. So these are the three games that we can actually be utilizing. They are easy to use. That's why I chose them. Easy to use. And you can get free demo accounts that you can actually use. Like mine, I've been using for the trivia. I've used it for more than 2 months now. So it's good for you to try them out with your teams who are on various locations. Then Kahoot is also here. You can also try Kahoot. It's one of my best actually. And then now the checkers. So free checkers game here. This one is a massive one. It's good for me when you join into, then challenge people, then you get your own. So, and there are there are many more games that you can actually be looking into. So that's what we said. Can we share that with us together today, and that we get to learn? So Anne, I'll give it back to you again, because you can sum it up for us and help us get this deep together. Anne?
Okay, thank you so much, Nelson, for that. So I've tried going through the chat just to see if there's any question. I've seen none. If anyone has a question, we have like 2 minutes to go. We can close up with the same. So I'd want to leave us with a quote by one Gabe Zicherman, who says that games are the only force in the known universe that can get people to take actions against their self-interest in a predictable way and without using force. So as a HR practitioner, if you can incorporate games in your day-to-day activities, in your day-to-day transactions, you are going to win people in one way or another. Let us just try and make our workplace more interesting. Let's not just go into meetings and start on the agenda. Let us not just go into performance, what we call these reviews, and we are just jumping in and asking, so what did you achieve? Let us try and loosen up as HR practitioners. We have a reputation of being too uptight, of being too professional, of just being too formal. Let us try loosen up so that we are able to like connect with the employees and get the best out of it. So I have nothing much to say, just to thank you, Nelson, for giving me a chance to be on the hot seat. I am always the one who is adding firewood when presenters are doing. Thank you so much for this chance. I've had a lovely time and I take it back to you. Nelson?
Okay, thank you very much, Anne. I've just shared a link to this game, the one that we are looking at here. Someone accepted my challenge here, and we're actually playing with the person. So it will be very good if I was to challenge someone that I know. That now I know that I'm going to challenge Ivan here. I'm going to challenge Carol here. So Carol, I've seen your question, and you're saying that we can use Trivia Maker. Will also give you the same as Kahoot will give. And there are many more. I can't just get the list. I'll be sharing the list of all the games that are there, which you can log in. Some will require, some are very free, just like free checkers. Some will give you a trial version first, and then you'll buy if you want to buy and all that. So that was our presentation for today. And I want to thank our participants who have participated in this session. And this was a good one in that we also learned much from Anne. Anne had a very good, precise presentation. Actually, that one, I've never seen it. That we do. Some will come with a lot of things, but Anne made it precise and to the point. So thank you very much, Anne. And Jellican, you may have something that is burning. Okay, Jellican, I'm giving a chance to, if you have anyone with anything that is burning, so that we can actually get to hear from our participants before we close it. Okay. Okay, so I think we don't have, and I want to challenge us that once we leave this session, kindly go test the games, create your own accounts, build a few, give me a call when if you're not able to do one, I'll be able to support. So I've shared the link for the 2 games. For the Trivia Maker, I've shared the one for checkers, and I'm also sharing the one for Kahoot. You can get a free demo account and also enjoy with your team. And always hit me up should you need any support. So thank you and have a lovely Thursday evening. Now we are at that end where we say goodbye in your own language. So you can unmute and say bye in your own language. I can see my friend Daniel Ipail is here. Dan, how are you? Can see Sylvia,
Thank
Mark.
you. Thank
Nice.
you, Nelson.
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you, Nelson. I was thrown out a bit.
Okay, no worries.
But I liked what Bahati said, that games enhance creativity. And I remembered how Einstein said that innovation is intelligence having fun. So, for people who want to innovate, they must have fun with the intelligence.
Great. So thank you all. Georgette is here. Andrew Tieno is here. Lily has not left. Doreen. And actually, bye. Actually, I've been in darkness for some good time now. The lights are back when the session is over.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Anne. And
Okay,
Coach
so,
Lee.
yes. Okay, I'll end the meeting for all of us.